Welcome back to Outdoors with Larry Ray on ESPN 790 AM, brought to you proudly by the Tennessee Wildlife and Resources Agency.
Hey, good Saturday morning. Welcome back to Outdoors with Larry Ray for all you folks here in Memphis on ESPN 790 and 92.9 HD FM, and, of course, in Brownsville, Tennessee, 1520 AM, 95.3 FM, and News Talk 101.5 in Jackson, Tennessee. This is Outdoors with Larry Ray. I think it's show number 504. I can't remember. We just did 500 here not long ago, but this is second Saturday. Good morning to all you folks headed to Reelfoot. You better be there because it starts this morning. The early season is today. And, of course, you recognize that voice, that laugh, and this is second Saturday, so Ron Wong is on the line with us. I wish he could be here.
Good morning, everybody.
Yeah, Ron,
Beautiful day in the neighborhood.
I'm going to have to get a picture.
A little cool, but it's nice.
I'm going to have to get a picture of you, Ron, and hang it up right here so I can think about you when you talk. But, hey, Ron suggested this next guest and to me recently, and we worked out the schedule. He has actually fished with her husband, and she has verified that. So we know that. He did not say who caught the most fish, but we always like to.
And, she also is an avid hunter and a terrific fisherman.
Well, she should be because that's her job. Let's do that. But, hey, we're glad to have Sara Pauley on with us this morning. She is the director of the Missouri Department of Conservation, and also not only that, but was recently become the first woman to hold the title as president of the Association of Fish and Wildlife Agencies. Good morning, Sara.
Good morning, Larry and Ron. Great to be with you this morning.
Well, thank you for taking time to be with us on this Saturday morning. I've got to ask you, I know you're a lawyer by trade and things along this line. You came through one of the great schools, University of Missouri there, and got your law degree and these things like that. Was this ever in your bucket list to become the director of the Missouri Department of Conservation?
I would never have dreamed that it was possible.
Yes.
I really wouldn't have dreamed that serving in that role was a possibility. All I knew is I loved the outdoors and wanted to figure out how to make a career, furthering my passion for the outdoors, and through a very non-linear, crazy path. I started my career with conservation. I left for a couple of decades and then came back as the director, and so never would have envisioned it, but boy, what a privilege it is. So grateful for the opportunity.
Okay, in 2016, only the ninth director and the first female head of her department there, and I noticed in there you got a degree in journalism. Bless your heart. So that's what I've got. So maybe someday, as I continue to grow in my spirit, I'll become director of the TWRA when I'm 101 or something
there
like
you go.
that. But what about this being voted the president of the Association of Fish and Wildlife Agency? We know that agency. We've had guests from the agency. It's been around for so long. Was that something that you ever thought possible also?
Oh, absolutely not. I mean, when you become a director of a fish and wildlife agency, you tend to participate with the association, and I learned pretty quickly that there was great value in this national association. I had great mentors like Ed Carter. You may know that name.
Yes, we know Ed very well here. Yeah. We've known Ed since he was a boating director. Yeah, okay.
Well, Ed served as president also a couple of years ago, and boy, he was a mentor for me. But you just have the opportunity to get to know your colleagues around the country, to share ideas, to go back and forth on important issues, and figure out how to all do a better job of furthering the mission of conservation around the country. So it has been a huge honor to have been voted by my peers to serve in this role of president for this next year.
Well, I know, and Ron will vouch for these. These are crazy times, Sara, and things that we never thought we'd have to deal with, and things along that line. Talk about what 2020 has been for your department, and how you've handled it and look to the future here.
Well, Larry, it has been crazy. I couldn't have predicted it a year ago that this would be the primary issue. You know, there certainly have been the downsides, and that a lot of our team are having to telework, and we're having to figure out how to carry on business very differently. We've taken a lot of our programming that we were offering face-to-face. We've had to take it online.
Yeah. Uh-huh.
And there have been a lot of implications, but there have been some significant silver linings.
Yes. Yeah.
And you're seeing it. We've had more turkey hunters out than ever before, spring turkey hunters. We've had more anglers buying licenses and being out and about. We did a waiver for a short window of time in the spring and waived fishing licenses for our residents, and boy, was that popular. We got a lot of folks out and about enjoying our beautiful streams, our trout parks and beyond. So people have sought nature in the out of doors in this time of chaos and challenge, and I think that says something for the value and the importance of what we all do.
Again, we're talking to Sara Pauley. She is the director of the Missouri Department of Conservation and newly elected president of the Association of Fish and Wildlife Agencies. And I know, Sara, your department is looked upon as maybe, I don't know, one of the front runners for the whole United States. You guys have created a department that a lot of people look to, they go to for guidance and things along that line. From your standpoint, when you came aboard, you knew that. So talk about the accomplishments that your department has been able to do, particularly in the field of getting more kids involved, getting more youth involved. That's been one of your. I get your newsletter, email when it comes through. It's chock full of great information. So talk about your state and how you've been able to really come to the forefront of other agencies.
Well, Larry, I'm going to tell you, the hero of the Missouri story are the citizens.
Yes,
and
they are.
You can never forget that. It cannot be forgotten, because the history of our agency goes back to the 1930s when our resources had been depleted.
Yes.
And it was the citizens, it was actually sportsmen and women who stepped up, and then a lot of others joined on board to say, we want a department that is science-focused, that is, very focused on serving all citizens, that is removed from politics, and they set about, through initiative petition, creating a constitutionally established commission, and that is key.
It
was the citizens. And then in the 1970s, the citizens again
here they came.
Said,
yes.
We want to have dedicated funding for this agency.
That's it. Yeah, and you got it. I mean,
we've got it, and it's enabled us to do a lot of things. It's that funding's enabled us to be flexible in how we do our programming and who we offer the programming to. We have, as a result of that funding, we have a conservation area within 30 minutes of every Missourian. It's enabled us to build nature centers. It's enabled us to go into partnership with communities to build boat ramps and boat access sites. It's enabled us to build trails. It's enabled us to do a whole host of programming. It's enabled us to have a private lands program and focus on long-term research. I could go on and on about what that sustainable funding has allowed us to do.
And I can hear our people say, "Boy, I wish we had what Missouri has." You know, all these things. I hear that from people all around. But you have the natural resources. Now, Ron just got back from the Mr. Crappie Classic in Branson. I mean, you got that whole area. You've got Lake of the Ozarks. You've got all these waterway systems.
They're wonderful.
Yeah,
yeah.
So
I have to tell you, I'll be visiting Truman Lake one day.
Yeah, you'll be there.
To do some crappie fishing.
So I mean, it helps there to have those resources, and I know as a background. Now, I don't know what the rest of your family thought. I mean, you got judges and prosecutors and public defenders and all of this, and look who ends up the president of the Association of Fish and Wildlife Conservation, head of the Missouri Department of Conservation.
Well, Larry, most of my family are from the Ozarks, and so they understand the value of our beautiful natural resources. Most of my kinfolk are hunters and anglers.
There you go.
And love to be outdoors, so I come by it naturally in that regard. That's for sure.
Well, we appreciate you taking time on this Saturday morning, Sara Pauley, to be with us on Outdoors with Larry Ray. Again, congratulations on being voted, and congratulations to all your staff that we deal with a lot on Outdoors with Larry Ray, particularly all of our listeners in southeast Missouri. Y'all got a winner up there. Let's keep her. You're not retired anytime soon, are you, Sara?
No.
Okay.
My husband wants me to keep working.
Okay, well, I told Ed Carter we did a whole show on Ed and surprised him with Just As Your Life, and he was stunned.
Nice.
I think he was crying. I said, Ed, why don't you just stay on for a while? He said, no, I'm ready to leave. So, but anyways.
He's a good man. He has served his time and done it well.
Well, we appreciate you doing it too, Sara. We'll stay in touch, okay? Have a great day.
Thank you.
All right.
Take care.
Thank you.
All right, Sara Pauley. And, Ron, I know that those are the kind of guests we like to have. Thank you, Ron, for setting that up.
Yeah, I have to tell you, having spent 3 days with her husband,
yes.
Scott.
Yeah.
And he's the same as she is. Very vibrant, very personable, and wanting the best that they can do.
Well, I think,
and I have to tell you, they do a wonderful job there in Missouri.
Oh, they do.
As a matter of fact, they're already stocking city ponds with trout right now as we speak.
Well,
they're ready to go.
They have a trout season there. We're speaking of ready to go. We got to get out of here because I know the next guest is buying a truck today, and he doesn't have a whole lot of time to talk to us, he told me. So
what do you mean?
And let's take a break, come right back and see if we can find Cody Huff before he buys that truck. He's probably already bought it. So we'll be right back with Outdoors with Larry Ray.